How are you doing, Joff? You all right, mate?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good. It's a bit
Excellent.
cold outside, bit dark, but otherwise all good.
It certainly is. Welcome in, everybody who's in. Thank you very much for joining. We'll get started in a few seconds. Essentially, what we're going to do today. Oh yeah, Joff, I've clicked record already. No need to remind me.
Oh,
And Wisdom did a great job last week of making sure that I definitely clicked on record. So that all got sorted as well, which was brilliant. And Wisdom, during the session, I don't know if you got a chance to see the replay, Joff, but Wisdom's drawing was absolutely exceptional.
oh no, I've not checked it yet. I'll have to
You
have a
should,
look.
if you get a chance. Yeah, I don't know whether it's in the chat here from last week, but
Oh, good. Yeah,
if you
good
get a
point.
chance,
Let's
yeah,
have a
just
look.
scroll up and have a look. Because I did kind of say that, my unique part of this project is my ability to draw, and yourself and Wisdom are now becoming quite competent in that area, and I feel like it's putting me at risk a little bit.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
thank
think
you.
there's any danger of that.
Wisdom's is really good. I mean, he did it with a pencil. Other than that, it was nice.
It's quite a nice little neat kind of burger he's got there. Is it a burger?
Yeah, that's what we did last week. We drew a burger, and I showed everybody how to put like a slice of cheese in, how to draw a burger with like 5 lines, slices of tomato, and what did we do? A little bit of lettuce as well.
Very
Um,
nice.
so yeah, he did a great job. Just welcome in.
Yeah.
Who we got in? We've got C Stitch, Crypto Scotty. Thank you for joining so early. Gabe's in as well. Thank you for joining, Gabe. Hope you're doing well, mate. Volts is in. Hi, Volts. I hope I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with today, Volts. I've enjoyed watching your creative journey over the last while or so. Me Zombies in, and who's that? Admirable. Thank you for joining.
Admirable.
Thank you for joining, Admirable. Great to have you in here. Like I say, we'll get started in a few seconds. Essentially, what we're going to do today is two things. We're going to talk to you a bit about the Corp Dogs project, which is all about two things. One is getting you creative, so little lessons like this to get people drawing and to benefit from the mental health benefits of being able to draw. But two is also to grow your art collection. And I think later on, Joff might be doing a little giveaway. Is that right, Joff?
Yeah. So we said we're going to do a giveaway of a beeve at if we can get 40 in the audience. We've also got a rug on say from Crypto Stew. So a couple of NFTs going on. And I think Tosh has also donated a beeve as well. So there might be 3 NFTs. So we'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. And like I say, that's what the project's all about. It's all about kind of growing your art collection, but also getting you creative as well. So it's a good opportunity now, just before we start in about one more minute, a good opportunity now to go and invite other people to join in because, if even if you don't want to do the drawing, you just want a great opportunity to grow your art collection, this is the place to be. Who's just came in? Silenthax just come in as well. Hi, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining in. The structure for today's lesson is I'm going to spend about half an hour, no more than half an hour, showing you step by step how to draw something. We're going to go for, you remember that film, Killer Clowns from Outer Space? We're going to draw a clown very similar to one of the killer clowns from outer space. I've tweaked it a little bit to make it a little bit easier to draw. But essentially, that's what it's going to look like. There's a really neat way of drawing eyes, which I've never done before. Just discovered it today while I was trying out these eyes. And I'm going to use that a lot in my Corp Academy sessions as well. So, follow along with me. It's going to be step by step, nice and easy for you to get involved. You don't need to be artistic at all. I'll draw a line, you draw a line, we'll move on. It's going to be as easy as that. Materials wise, you'll need a scrap sheet of paper, like an A4 or a letter size sheet of paper. You'll also need a Sharpie. We're mainly going to use a Sharpie today. No pencils. Pencils are for losers. We're going to go straight in with pens today. If you've also got like a fine liner pen, like a 0.3, just in case. If not, just something that you can use as a thinner pen right at the end for adding some little details. It's that bit at the end where you can have a little bit of fun with it, where you can kind of do what you want and just kind of personalize the character. There's also that kind of thin pen, fat pen combo. Anytime you want to come to this session, bring a fat pen, bring a thin pen, and you'll be good to go. It's kind of one of those. It's one of those killer clowns. It's a bit of a mashup really between them all. Hopefully it'll be recognisable when we get to
Yeah, I've
it.
never seen the film.
I'll be honest, neither have I. I think I probably saw it because it's like from the 80s or something like that. I think I probably saw it back then when I was a child and watching
Too
a lot
young.
of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're going to have a little go at drawing. Anybody struggling to kind of see the screen, just tap on me. Should make the screen a little bit bigger for you. Um, and yeah, let's go and do it, shall we? Are you ready?
Now, Danya's just arrived. GM Danya.
Jim Daniel, thank you very much for turning up. Perfect timing, actually. We're just about to start drawing. No pencils today. Just grab a Sharpie and we'll go straight in with our Sharpie. Let's see how quickly we can get this done. I know you guys are busy, and I know this is a very visual space, if you know what I mean. So you've got to put all your effort into this, but it'll take us like 20 minutes to draw this, is my guesstimate. 20-25 minutes. Okay, Sharpie at the ready. First thing we're going to do, nice circle in the middle. It's going to be for the nose of our clown. So let's go and put a circle in like that. It can be as rubbish as my circle if you want as well. But there's our starting point. That's the nose of the clown. Nothing too big, I don't think. Nothing too big, not yet anyway. And yeah, the first tip. Anybody that's been to these sessions before will know that you double line everything you do. Double lining doesn't mean making it twice as thick. It means making it twice as wonky. What it'll also do is you can see where I've got this like dodgy join where I started and finished. It means you can kind of get around that. So just by going round it again, you can tidy it all up so you can't really tell now where I started and finished that line. And also that double wonky line, as long as you do that everywhere, it's going to make our art look great. Wonky lines are easy to draw and they look better as well. Okay, now let me show you these eyes. I'm really impressed with these eyes. I love the way these come out. It's quite a few little bends and turns in them, but just feel like, think like a hook and a teardrop. That's what we're going to go for. Hook and a teardrop, and it's going to touch the top corner of this circle as well. Are you ready? So something like this, it's going to go hook, touch the corner, teardrop, back in. Have a little go at that one for me. Hook and a teardrop. So just hook it round at the top there, double line it, look. Back in like that, nice and big, so you've got plenty of space inside there. We'll just do one eye at a time as well, and then we'll move on to the other eyes in a bit. The other eyes? The other eye in a bit. So that's kind of like the eye socket that we've just drawn in. So now we're going to draw the top eyelid and the bottom eyelid. Both of these lines are exactly the same. They're going to start at the same point here, right at the corner of the eye. They're going to travel across, then a little flick down, okay? So like this, look. Travel across, little flick down. Same again, starting at that corner, travel across, little flick down. So there's your next two lines. Go and throw those two lines in. Once you've got the eyelids sorted, let's go and put the eyeball in. So we're going to start at the end of this line. Just kind of bring yourself back a little bit. And we're going to join up this top bit and the bottom bit like that. A little tiny curve to it. That's an eyeball. It's going to look more like an eyeball. When we throw the pupil in, I'm going to quickly throw that pupil in so you can see what it looks like. It's going to be hanging off this top eyelid. Look. There's the pupil. There's the reflection. Colour the rest in black. How neat does that look for an eye? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in a pupil and you're in. So everyone have a little go at that. Then what we're going to do is just going to have a little bit more fun with that. Just give it a little tiny bit more shape. So we're going to put a little floater of a line. So I call it a floater because it doesn't touch anything else. All of my lines usually when I'm teaching kind of go from one line to another line. So they're all kind of interconnected. This one's a floater. It just kind of sits on its own. Imagine this line here. Imagine that line kind of comes back up here a bit more and then just goes across and just drops down. So that line there comes back in about there, cross and drops down. About there. Don't go too wide out there, but just put that little wonky kind of L shape out there. It's going to give it like a bit of an eyebrow across the top. Last couple of lines there, and we're going to do some flicking off next. Flicking off is my second favourite line behind the double wonky line. Flicking off is where you just flick the pen. And the reason you're flicking the pen is to try and get a tapered and thin end to your line. So you'll kind of want to hold your pen upright as much as possible. And just go across and just a little flick like that. And see how we get that real sharp, thin, tapered end to it. It's just by flicking it across. Let's go and do another one. Little tiny, tiny flick like that. Look at those neat little creases. In fact, should I zoom? I can probably zoom in a little bit on that now. Yeah, not much, but you know. I will get a closer zoom for next week. But there you go. There's your eye socket. Nice and easy. Let's go and repeat that on the other side. We're going to go a little bit faster though. Now, don't panic. A lot of people struggle to do perfect symmetry. If you're struggling with perfect symmetry, don't even bother with perfect symmetry. Just go with something that's similar. It's just got to be similar. So you remember that first eye socket, yeah? It was a hook, teardrop. So from here, look, hook, teardrop, back in. That's reasonably similar. Hey, Crime. It's a holiday in the US. Is that what it is? Surely that's a perfect time to mess around doing a bit of drawing. Nice work, Joff. That's looking good, mate. Yeah, by all means, anybody that's kind of drawing along with us, if you want to drop your photos into the chat at the same time, it's always good to have a bit of I can give you a bit of supportive encouragement. I can also take the mickey a little bit, so it's totally up to you what kind of feedback you want. But throw it in the chat and we can give you a little bit of feedback. Okay, I'm going to go and do the inner eyes now. So we've done the eye socket. Do you remember those inner parts, the top and the bottom eyelid? So we're going to do the top eyelid. It's going to go across like that, drop down. Bottom eyelid, cross like that, drop down. Once you've done that, go and put the rest of the eyeball in. So a little curve going from top to bottom and throw in that pupil. Remember, the reflection needs to be on the same side. There's our pupil. Looks a lot more realistic now as an eye. Let's go and double line it. So just double line it, make it all nice and wonky. The only consistent thing about your line work should be how inconsistent it is. Little floater across the top. Remember how we did that? We came from that line there, bring it back alive, drop it down. Little kind of L shape up there. Double wonky in the middle, flicked off either end, and a couple of flicks. 1, 2, in there. Is it me zombie or my zombie? Either way, zombie, that is looking good. Doesn't matter if it's not a black marker. Any kind of dark colour is going to look really neat. In fact, I'm quite jealous of those people that are comfortable drawing in colour. I always kind of instinctively go for a black marker, but there's one of the Quad Dogs artists called Egypts always draws in like a dark purple, and it just looks amazing. Even I think the stray dog they did was drawn in pink or something like that as an outline, and it just looks crazy good. See Stitch back. The cat turned off the computer. Excellent stuff. I've heard all the excuses now. Okay, look, we've got a decent set of eyes in there. I'm really pleased with how this is looking. Let's go and throw in a mouth. The mouth is like the most complicated part of this piece. So let's knock out that mouth. Everything else will just fall into place, okay? First thing we're going to do with the mouth, let's go and put a big curve, a real slight curve all the way across the page. So let's go from about there, look, to about there. See, yeah, thanks, Joff. Joff's like bloody AI. You know, you mention something and it's there in the chat straight away. I've never actually met Joff. I think maybe he is like one of those AI assistants. I'm going to try and sell him.
Making myself useful.
Just drawing along, doing the Wheel of Losers as well, and then also dropping in any kind of like hyperlinks and stuff. If anybody wants Joff to be tested, put something in the chat. See if we can test him. This mouth look, I already think this mouth looks pretty cool as it is. So you could just leave it like that. I really like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to open that mouth. We're going to put some teeth in there as well. So my suggestion is we're going to start in the middle. We'll do 3 teeth going out one side. Start in the middle. Do 3 teeth going out the other side. It's going to be a bouncy line like this. So just there, look, bounce. 1, 2, 3. We don't have to go all the way to the edge of the mouth. In fact, we don't want to go all the way to the edge of the mouth. We're going to have like a real stretched out mouth and the teeth all kind of compacted into the middle. So 3 bouncy lines like that. Go and do 3 over on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3. And then we can start joining these bits together down the bottom. Ideally, what you want to do is have them wonky like this, look. See how we can kind of have some kind of starting a bit higher, some starting a bit lower. So do those big teeth first, and then go and put a little wonky small teeth in there as well. How cool does that look for a set of teeth? Hey, Crypto Stu. Everybody else who fancies winning anything today, don't bother. Crypto Stu's in. So he will be winning everything today.
No, Crypto Stu's excluded.
Ooh.
He's donated a prize, so he's not allowed to take part.
Okay. Is that because he felt so guilty about winning everything?
He doesn't know. He's finding out right now.
Oh no.
He probably thought, yeah, he probably thought he was in it to win it.
Okay. Where are we going with this? Let's go and put the bottom set of teeth in next. Then, so we're going to go do something similar, just with the bottom set of teeth. Let's go with just again a bit of a leap of faith. There's your teeth. Go down a little bit. Put in a little line like that, a little tiny curve, because it's the bottom part of the mouth, and we want the mouth to kind of go in at the bottom there. We're just going to put a much smaller curve down there. Whoops. And then the teeth in there. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to start in the middle, put the teeth in, but go all the way to the edge of the line. Okay, so like this, start in the middle. Let's go 1, 2, 3, like that, all the way to the edge of the line. Do the same kind of thing on the other side. Start in the middle, 1, 2, 3. Nice and wonky. We want these to be gnarly looking teeth. We're not going to put any turkey teeth in here. These want to be like jagged, like gravestones. Go and put those big teeth in first. Look, let's put one there, let's put one there, and then you can squeeze in some smaller ones. Something like that. Okay, let's. We're going to put a bottom lip and a chin in, just 2 lines for the bottom lip and the chin. Ready for this? We're going to start on one tooth. We're going to go all the way around the underside of those teeth with a little bump up, and then finish on the other tooth on the other side. It's going to be nice and easy. Start just there, like, all the way around, little lump up in the middle, all the way around the other side. Finish off on that other tooth. There's our bottom lip. Doesn't matter if you don't have that little lump up in the middle. It's not the end of the world. But if you do have that lump up in the middle, just go and put a little curve under there for our chin. Okay, should we go and do some double lining in here? We haven't done double lining for a while, so let's go and wonk all these lines up. The other good thing about double lining is if you make any mistakes in the future, these double lines are great for being able to hide any mistakes. So always make your line work fat and wonky as possible. I'm going to double line those teeth at the top. I don't think I did that. You'll soon notice if you didn't double line anything, because it will start to look rather neat on your artwork. Everything else will look a little bit scruffy, a little bit rough, and some of it will start to look quite neat. So just scrub that neat stuff. We don't want neat stuff in here. We want it to be looking a bit rough. Awesome stuff. Let's put in, right, okay, this next line. These next lines are going to be a bit more fun. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to join the 2 outside teeth here at the bottom. We're going to join them up to the corners of the mouth here. Okay, you kind of want to try and have a bit of an outwards curve with it if you can. So something like this. Let's start about there, a little bit of an outwards curve like that, and the same over that side, a little bit of an outwards curve. Nothing too drastic, just a little tiny curve in like that. And that's going to be the inner mouth. Let's go and double line all of this as well. And then in those corners of the mouth, we're going to add a little kind of umbrella kind of shape. So right up here, look, little kind of umbrella shape just in the corner of the mouth. Double-ended flick off technically. So try and flick that really short line. Flick it off as much as you can. Okay, next lines. Next line is this will be the halfway point. These next lines. That's how quick we're moving. What we're going to do is we're going to start on the nose. We're going to start on the nose. We're going to go across here. We're going to hit the bottom of the eye. In an ideal world, start on the nose, hit the bottom of the eye. This bit, this corner of the mouth, becomes like the center of a gravitational pull. So that as that line goes to this bit, it's going to go round that umbrella. And we're slowly going to go down here and get really close to that original line that we just started. So, but maybe just end up on the lip or something like that. So it's going to look like this. So starting on the nose, look, hit the eye, all the way around, and down there. Big old line, throw it in, see how well you can get that line looking. double line it, make it wonky. The other good thing about double lining and making it wonky is you can kind of readjust your lines a little bit. So if your line is a little bit too far over one side, you double line it over on the other side. It just shifts your line by a couple of millimeters, but sometimes that's all it takes to make a big difference. Volts, that's looking awesome, mate. Really nice. Hey, Jessica. Thanks for joining. Are you going to have a chance to do a bit of drawing today? We're just about to get to the halfway point, but hopefully you can. Main thing is, Jessica, if you are joining in, do the nose just there. Circle for the nose. Everything comes out the nose. And then this hook, this shape for the eyelet, is a hook and a teardrop. Do that and everything else kind of falls into place. Zombie, that's looking awesome. Let's go and try and do something. What I like about your zombie as well, one of the eyes is a little bit smaller. It just looks like he's squinting a little bit, which is perfect. Well, let's go and try and do this line around over on the other side as well. So just coming out of there, hitting that eyeball round that bit, back in, down to the bottom there. Something like that. Burger videos out, yeah. If ever you can't find any of my videos, go to the Corp Academy on YouTube. There's a Doodle on Discord playlist. I think we've got about 7 or 8 videos on there. This is like, I think this is like session 15. We've been doing this for 15 weeks now. But Joff forgot to record. Joff forgot to record the sessions half the time when we were early on. I mean, he didn't really. He's got nothing to do with recording. It's all me.
Just about to say something, but
I figured
you corrected yourself.
Yeah, I figured I'd better do that because you're busy enough in the background doing all the other stuff, keeping things running smoothly. The last thing I want to be doing is taking the mickey out of you. Right, let's go and throw in a tongue, tonsils. That's the halfway point. 3 lines for tongue and tonsils. Okay, first 2 lines are for the tongue. Start over this side, little jump over, little flick down. Do that again, starting about there, all the way over. There is our tongue. Throw that one in first, and then our last line is for the tonsils, and pretty much that's an up, down, up, down. That's all there is to Hiller. So just Hiller, up, down, up, down. You might find it easier with the tonsils. You might find it easier to do the tonsils in the middle, that bit, the hangy bit first. So you might find it easier to just do that bit like that and then go around the outside edge. That's if you're struggling to kind of get it like symmetrical or in the center or anything like that. I probably should have showed you that way, but never mind. Here we go, colour in the back of the throat. Black. And we're good to go on to stage 2. So we're halfway through. We're halfway through, and everything else is really easy from here on in. How long have we been drawing for? About 15 minutes. This is good. Okay, let's go and throw some ears in. So the ears, they're going to start and finish on the cheekbones. See these cheekbones that we put in there? Just going to put a big kind of wide C shape in there. Let's go for, it's quite a small one that side. It's mainly small that side because I'm getting close to the page. If you have to have it going off the edge of the page, that's fine. Over on the other side, let's do another one. That's more the kind of shape I wanted to go for, like a long egg shape. But these are the ears, would you believe? Big old C shapes in there for the ears. The ears are just 3 lines each. So that's line number 1 is the outer ear. Line 2 and 3 is the inner ear. Watch this. Line 2 is going to follow that top curve and just a little flick down at the end. Line 3 is go halfway there and another little flick down. It's a capital F in the ears. There you go, something like that. Do the same kind of thing. Doesn't matter how big you've gone, how square, how round you've gone with your ears. It's just the same shape. It's that C shape with an F inside it. And we've got ourselves a nice set of ears. Okay, how's it looking? Mine's looking really wonky. I hope yours is looking wonky too. This is nowhere near as symmetrical as what I wanted. And also what's really weird for me is that mine is, I'm drawing this way around, but when I look up at the Corp Dogs feed, it's flipped it over, so I'm looking at my artwork another way around. And actually that is a top tip that a lot of artists do. What they'll do is they'll draw with a mirror next to them, so they'll have a mirror just there, and they'll draw on this side, but then they'll always be looking in the mirror to make sure it scans the opposite way around. It doesn't look weird the opposite way around. it's a nice tip for making sure you get your drawings looking right. You know, when you look at drawing, you think something not quite right about it. I can't put my finger on it. That's what it is. Where are we now? Let's. Oh, okay. 2 lines. We're going to start off the hair. So we're going to have like Krusty the Clown hair. It's going to come out the side here, and then maybe a little bit across the top as well. So yeah, we're going to do 2 lines. That's going to help us kind of have that hair wrapped around the front and the back of the head. So again, starting on the cheekbone here, we've got space for this. I think people have got space for this. Starting on the cheekbone here, we're just going to bring a little line up, and it's got to go across the ear like this. So a little line up and a little flick across the ear like that. Do the same kind of thing on the other side. Starting there, little line going up and just flicking across somewhere out of the way. It's got to go wider than the eyes or wider than these eyebrows. That's probably the only important bit. As long as it goes wider than those eyebrows, we're good. Hey Wiggs, thank you for joining. Yeah, man, you're late. So I only draw for like half an hour at the most. So it's not like it's even that going to be that easy to catch up. We're about to draw the forehead though. If you fancy drawing a forehead with us, you could probably do that. There's going to be some wrinkles on there. I know you know how to draw wrinkles. Let's go and put this forehead in, shall we? So first thing we'll do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Zoom out so you can see the top of my page there. First thing we're going to do is right at the top, we're going to do like a little, not a U shape, but just kind of like a little curve going across the top. Who are you asking to speed run the drawing, Joff? Are you asking me to do that?
No, I was just asking Wiggs.
I think Wiggs could do it. I think Wiggs could catch up. Who was it? I don't know. Somebody did this last week, I think. I can't remember who it was. Somebody, oh no, it might have been in one of my Corp Academy sessions. Somebody turned up after missing half of the session. I'm like, they're never going to be able to catch up. By the end of the session, they were like one of the best drawings in there. Honestly, drawing without thinking about it, because you're just speeding through, is the best thing you can do. Okay, let's get back onto this. We're going to put the hair and the head in now. So, see the nose? Just travel up from the nose. We're going to put a little let's put a little U kind of shape in about here. Something like that will do. Maybe even a little bit wider than that. I've gone quite narrow with that. And then if you've got space up at the top, you want to take those 2 lines, join them up, but go right the way up. So this is going to be like a big mohawk. So, but I've not got space, so I'm just going to go off like that. No, don't do just 2 straight lines. That's a little bit boring. Go wonky. So let's see how that's just folding over to one side there. I love the fact, Wiggs, that I do live in people's heads. They can hear me saying things like, I'd love to know what is it? Was it double line it? Was it go wonky? Was it flick off? One group of my students actually did a bingo game. They didn't tell me about it. I was doing a Christmas session for them, and they did a bingo game where they had like all of my little sayings on these little bingo cards that they'd made, shared them out, and these people were living all over the world, and yeah, they just played bingo with all the nonsense that I said. I was quite proud of it. Okay, let's. We've got our hair at the top. We've got our hair at the top. Let's go and bring this down to the bottom. You remember these 2 little lines that we flicked out for the hair? What we're going to do is it's going to come out quite a lot and then round and down. So let's start here. Look, come out a lot, round and down. Now, rather than doing it in a curve, do it in a series of wonky lines. So look, out, round, down. So it's a little bit. That is a really misshapen head, but you know it'll do. And you know, I was saying as well before about how a double wonky line, you can kind of adjust your line a little bit. I want that part of the line to go higher. I want this bit of the line to go inside there. That part of the line I want to go lower, and this part out. So you can always change things like that by doing your wonkiness in strategic areas. So like, I'm just bringing this bit down a bit and going out a little bit wider over there. And if you do, so I've got some really fat lines coming up. If you accidentally draw a line that's too fat, just do a line that's too fat somewhere else in your drawing as well. It'll hold it all together really, really nicely. Where are we going with this? Let's go and put in the rest of the hair. So we've got these. We've got that mohawk across the top there. Let's go and put in the triangle bits coming across the bottom here. So one bit's going to come out from the ear like that. So let's go over there. And then the other bit's going to come from about there. And again, just kind of go off as if them two lines are going to meet each other off the page somewhere. Let's do something similar on the other side. So just go off the page. Double wonky. Think intersections as well. Do you remember what I said about intersections, where two lines join each other like that? That's an intersection. You always want that bit of the line to be a little bit thicker. It's usually where the shadows live, and it holds your artwork together. So you can see I've done it loads all over here. So go and do that as well. Let's take that off the page like that. We're going to wrap this up with a couple of wrinkles. So let's do a set of wrinkles down here. Let's go for couple of little wrinkles just there, but then let's maybe put some bigger ones up at the top. And again, you want to try and flick those off. So double wonky in the middle, flicked off at the ends. Anybody who's struggling to flick off, maybe you've got a fat nib and you're struggling to flick off, just put some little dots and dashes like that. It's a nice way of adding a little crease without having to actually just flick your pen. There you go, double wonky. Right, let's just go and flick a few little lines in the hair. We are just about wrapping up now, so we will be grabbing the thinner pen in a second to put some extra little tiny details in. But yeah, we are pretty much getting there. So what we're going to do with this thin pen, and now if you haven't got a thin pen, you want to just carry on using your Sharpie, that's absolutely fine. But what we're going to do with this thin pen is we're going to add a little bit of makeup onto this character. So watch this. Look. This line is going to start on the edge of the eye. It's going to finish off just here. It's like it's going to go up, across, and down again. So like this. And we're going to do two of those. Up there, across, down, into there. And we're going to do another one of those. In fact, let me zoom in just a little bit. Another one of those just here. Let's go from about there. Across, and down. Same thing on the other side, just a little bit smaller. This is one of the strategic parts of the of Killer Clowns. Is their makeup looks like this. So let's go and try and do something similar over on the other side. So it's across there, across. Like I say, a lot smaller this time. And what you should see with that as well is that because we're using a thinner line, it doesn't kind of interfere with all the main features that this character's got. We're just using a thinner line. It kind of just blends in a little bit more. I'm going to hash these out. If you're using color, or if you want to use color in yours, then just a nice light blue. Character's face is going to be a pale white. These bits that you're doing in here, nice light blue. If you want to keep it consistent with the Killer Clowns colors, but mix it up a bit. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. I'm putting all my lines. What's that? Horizontally, diagonally. I'm putting all my lines diagonally today, but look at that for a bit of makeup. That's looking really nice. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to put some makeup around the lips. So we're going to kind of join this cheekbone to this cheekbone with a little line that goes all the way across underneath the nose. Watch this. From there, all the way across, over onto the other side. And then the bottom part of that mouth, again, we're going to shade in. I appreciate this is going to take a while. So feel free, if this is one of those jobs that you want to do after the session, by all means, you do that after the session. But, if you've got a bit of colour, maybe a fat grey pen, maybe that's what we need to bring in with our next session, is Sharpie and a fat grey pen. So we can just add these bits of shade. Doesn't have to be too neat. You can see mine's not very neat. Bottom lip as well. Let's go and do that bottom lip. And it's just meant to look like this clown has got some red lips, but without using red. Awesome stuff. Let's go and put some little shadows. How are we doing for time? Let's wrap it up. Let's put some shadows in the ears. Let's go a little bit quicker. Just little tiny shadows in the ears. Let's put some patches on their head. Look. Draw a little circle with your fine liner, then hash it out. Little circle. Hash it out. See how it just looks like little moles and things across his head? What else we got? Let's go and put in a reflection inside the nose. We want to make that look wet. not inside the nose, on the nose. We'll make it look wet. When you're using marker pens to make something look like it's wet or shiny, just a bubble writing exclamation mark like that, and instantly it looks shiny. Maybe a little drop shadow across that side lip. So we are getting to that point where Joff's going to start populating his wheel of losers, so we can start giving some stuff away, mainly because most of the people on there are going to be losers. Just a couple of winners in there. I don't think we've quite touched 40 people in the group, but we will get there at some stage.
Yeah, we'll do it one day.
Yeah. I'm sure we will. And everybody who's here, just for being here, just for showing a bit of support, you get an entry. And if you've got a drawing that you want to share in the chat as well, you get an extra entry for that. I'm going to finish off my drawing now. What else can we do to finish off? What do you call it? It's taste buds in the tongue. So just like little upside down U shapes. Big ones, small ones. Randomize them all the way across the tongue. What else can we do? Let's put some sweaty bits on our head. So again, little U shapes all over the head, just to make like there's a little bit of sweat. I always like little spots as well, so I'm going to put in loads of little tiny black spots around the eyes, just to make it look like we've got some freckles. And yeah, now's really the time to go and personalise your artwork. So even if you're posting it, crime, that's not a bad effort. Even if you're not posting it, or even if you're posting it unfinished, post something in the chat so we can see them. You can carry on drawing afterwards, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. What else?
Just to clarify, that's not crimes. That's vaults. Crimes just stolen it.
Oh, I see what's going on there. Unbelievable. I'm glad the doodle police are out in force today, making sure that nobody's getting away with anything. Just put some little ink spots around the outside. If you can't think of what to put around the outside of your character, just throw in some little ink spots. I also like to throw in some little drips. Drips always look cool on a weird drawing. So around the chin, let's go and put some big black drips on. One big, one small. Always mix it up. What else can we do? I like a few flies. I've got loads of space down the bottom of my page today, so that's why I'm putting extra flies in there. Flick the lines around the hair, make that hair look like it's hairy. So lines coming in, lines going out. What else do we want to do? I think we're just about there. Let's put in some clouds. Look at that, just nice and easy. By putting that bouncy line across there, look. Oops. Just by throwing in that bouncy line across the bottom, it instantly makes this bottom part of the page look like it's got something on there. We haven't drawn a thing on there, still a blank page, but because we've got this bouncy line, it looks like there's a load of clouds there. Maybe break up these clouds a little bit. Let's put some extra small clouds in there. That's looking great. And then wrap it up with a signature. Nice Synthax, that's looking good. C-stitch looking amazing. Love that. Oh yeah, so a C-stitch. One of the things on yours is just reminding me of something we need to do on mine as well. Just see this top set of teeth, they're just kind of sitting there a little bit. We just need to add some gums in. So just around there, look, just put a little curve there, add some gums in. You might also want to get into the gums with your fine liner. Sorry, Joff, I know I'm kind of encroaching on your time here, mate. We're nearly finished. 30 seconds and we'll be done. Some little bits of graining in the teeth is what you want to put in there. What can we do now? Upward strips. I'm really digging upward strips at the moment. I think they just look creepy as hell. So yeah, let's go and put some drips going upwards like that. What do we reckon? I think we're just about there. Veins in the eyes. Put some veins in the eyes. If you can't put veins in, just a little capital Y. Just throw a little capital Y in. Job done. Keep it nice and simple. Last thing, put your signature on it. If you like what you've drawn, put your signature on it. If you don't, put somebody else's name on it. The other thing I always say to people as well, and this came true today in somebody was exhibiting in a shop. When you put your name on it, put your name on the front. Put your name on the front where everyone can see it. Put your name really big as well. Massive. Look, I'm going to sign mine DMK. That's Doodle Master Corp. I didn't give myself that name. That's one of my students named me that, and I ran with it. There you go.
Always wondered what the M was for.
Yeah, Doodle Master Corp. Apparently, I'm now racking my brain trying to think if the M can stand for anything else, but I think we'll leave with Doodle Master Corp. And yeah, a lot of my students kind of name themselves Doodle Master, and then whatever their name is, so they've got something separate to sign all their artworks with. But yeah, sometimes my signature is like 25% of my artwork, and it can be a feature of your artwork as well. Cool, I'm happy with that. Zombie, that looks great. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Make sure you double line that top cloud as well. I'm sure you were going to get around to that, but just make sure you do that as well. I love the positioning of your face. It does look like it's all hunched over. Also, yeah, because we've drawn this like severed head, you might just want to put that little bit of blood, a little bit of drippage coming down from the bottom there. You could even draw, let me show you the original clown shell. This was from a 1 hour drawing tutorial, so it's a little bit more detailed. The original clown had like a neck thing, but there you go. There's the original as well. So you can see kind of where we were going with it and how we've taken a few little shortcuts along the way. So we didn't do the sharp teeth because they were a little bit weird. And we didn't do this beautiful little neck piece, but I'm leaving it there just in case anybody just want to have a little copy of it. Corp Dogs owners will probably get that drawing tutorial as part of their package, as part of the utility for owning Corp Dogs. There we go. We are done. So yeah, I can see the wheel of losers is up. So if yeah, you might need to tap me a couple of times to get me again small again in the background. I'll leave my screen on here, so if anybody's carrying on doodling, you can carry on doodling. And yeah, Wiggs, if you don't get a chance to do it now, that's no biggie. But you know, always share it and always tag us. I always love to see what people have been drawing. So yeah, either share it on X and tag me there, or any social platform. I feel like I'm on them all except Blue Sky. Or yeah, in our Discord, we've got to share your art channel in the Discord as well. You know, always stick your stuff in there because we love to see it. Joff, can I hand over to you now, mate?
What?
Gabe,
I was just going to ask if there was any more, and Gabe came in right on cue.
Just as I had. Yeah, look at that. Fantastic. I'm loving the little bumps on the teeth, Gabe. They look great. Excellent stuff.
Right, any more?
Top bit of hair, Gabe. Just flick a few little lines in that top bit of hair. Volts, that's... now I don't know. Who was stealing from who? Volts, is that yours?
Yeah, Volts is the OG on that.
Okay. Yeah, that's looking great. Nice work, Volts. Shade in the bottom lip, mate. So the lips, the shading in we've done there is to make it look like it's got like a red lipstick. You know, like a clown has a big red mouth. So that bottom lip, shade in that bottom lip as well, mate. That will just hold all of that mouth together. But makeup around the eyes looks good.
Cool. I'm going to shuffle the names.
Shuffle the names, mate. Let's go for it. I'll see if my sound effects are ready. What do we want? Timpani roll. I'm ready when you are, mate. Let's do it.
All right, let's give it a spin. Oh wait, there. So this is to win. What's it going to win? Rug on say.
Rug on say. Let's go for it.
Courtesy of Cryptostew.
Where's it? Admirable. Well done, mate. Congratulations, Admirable. You've just won yourself a rug on say. Is it rug on say or rugs on say? I always thought it was rugs.
Yeah, rugs is the collective term for it.
Nice work, Admirable. How does Admirable need to redeem this, Joff?
Open a support ticket. Yeah, and we'll get that sorted.
Open a support ticket. Easy as that. Are we giving away anything else, Joff? Or are we done?
Let's do the beav as well, because it was a really cool session today. I'm just going to quickly stick the support LinkedIn.
did anybody pick up? I heard a rumor that my beef was going for 200 say. I don't know if anybody's picked that up, or I've not actually seen anything about that. I'd love to know if anybody's getting that, or I'd love to know who's got it, or if they even know.
Right, let's shuffle. We've already shuffled, so let's spin again. You
Go for
ready
it.
with the drum roll?
My finger is poised. No way. That's so close.
What do we do?
I think Admiral's got to win it. I think,
Yeah, I think that's
yeah, I think you've got to be you're in it to win it. If yeah, congratulations.
amazing.
Them are the cards that you're dealt. Uh, yeah, turn up. You could win two pieces, as Admiral
Yeah,
just did. Not Admiral, Admirable. Well done, Admirable. Open and open another ticket. You'll get them both. We're
that's
not
really
giving
cool.
away. We're not giving away. So this is it. Who's tied now for winning here? Because how many did Crypto Stew win 2 weeks in a row?
I think he's up to 3. Crypto Stew.
Okay, so Admirable, come back next week. Let's see if we can get you up to 3 as well, and we can see who the biggest winner is in the group. Um, uh, Joff, announcements. Have you got any announcements for the gang?
Might have, yeah, might have. So yeah, so most people know, well, I think in here at least anyway, that we're in talks with a certain launch pad for releasing Corp Dogs. Talks have been ongoing, and we're excited to announce it's going to be Magic Eden. Dates yet to be confirmed because of technical issues, but yeah, really excited. So this is, I think, pretty much the announcement. Yeah, Prime's probably not far off.
Thanks, Craig.
Might be October 2026.
That's
But yeah, it's been a long time coming. Lots of stuff in the background to try and get us to here. But yeah, looks like it's finally happening, guys.
It's happening, and yeah, it's just the day today when I put out the my new working of the Magic Eden logo. I turned it around to make it say when, and all of a sudden they got back in touch saying that they think they've got their technical issues sorted and we could be ready to go. So yeah, I think the next stage for us is we'll announce a date soon. But yeah, do me a favor, a big favor, and share what we're doing here with all your followers on X or whatever social channels you're on. Yeah, word of mouth just means the world to us. So yeah, if you can find more people that will come into Doodle, we can get to 40 people at some stage, then we'll give more stuff away as well. Yeah, thanks for joining in, everybody. I'll see you next week. Take
Yeah,
care.
that'd be
Thanks,
awesome.
Doc. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.